What's up, people? Bad. Wow, I picked the wrong time to do this. Sorry about the garbage truck. So if you hear like a loud boom, that's a garbage truck. But anyway, sorry I didn't do this video. I was supposed to do this yesterday, and I was supposed to do it Saturday. Couldn't Saturday, and then I just didn't end up doing it yesterday. Passed out early, but I'm doing it now. So I am going to be doing two videos. I'm doing this one, and then later today later today meaning like later today. It'll probably be a night video where I will review Snow Beast. So we're back to kind of like the creature feature thing. But Ginger Snaps 2 Unleashed. I never saw them. I never saw this one. I only saw the first one. I didn't even know it had a sequel. Had sequels. But I watched this one on Friday and it was alright. Like, I thought it was cool that Bridget was like the focus of the film, and it was like how it tried to be still like what the first one did, and it still tried to be like a different film. It wasn't like, it was a bit more of a traditional werewolf film, especially towards the end. I actually really dug the werewolf design, but she's trying to like counteract her lycanthropy. I think that's how it's pronounced. And during the way she's at this like, it's like mental this institution type thing. And while there, she meets a little girl named Ghost, and she wants to escape, and she starts realizing like things are being killed, like a dog was killed, a person gets killed, and she starts realizing there's a werewolf. So she has to try to escape from it, and that's pretty much the movie. I really like Bridget's performance in this. Emily Perkins is actually the same actress from the first film. I like that they try to keep it consistent. I like her whole story. It is a bit slow. I will tell you. I will say that. Sorry. It is a bit slow. But besides that, even though it is a bit slow, it's a fun film. I really like the development. I liked Ghost as a character, even though the actress, you might recognize her. She's the chick from the new She-Hulk series. But she actually, in this, is pretty good. For like a kid actor at the time, she wasn't annoying. Yeah, so very decent film, so I'll be getting into it now. But later on today, Snow Beast, which literally is Jaws. I will explain that more when I review it, but it pretty much is Jaws, like in pacing and everything. Like literally pacing. I might talk about it a little bit at the end of the video, but yeah. But Ginger Snaps 2 I would give it like about a 7 out of 10. Not as strong as the first film, because I'll admit Catherine Isabelle as Ginger definitely was like my favorite part of the first one. But it was cool that we saw a little bit of her. Like Bridget throughout the film would have visions and see like Ginger kind of egging her on to be like a werewolf. So that was cool. But overall, it's a decent film. So yeah, I would watch it. It's on Tubi if you have it. So, but other than that, cheers, and we'll get started on the review. Movie opens up. We see that Bridget now is in like a rehab clinic. And she's been using monk's hood, which I think is that same cure from the last movie, which basically like it counters the effects of lycanthropy. And she starts like seeing Ginger, and Ginger warns that what she's doing actually isn't really helping. And then a werewolf attacks Jeremy, who's like a friend of hers. So yeah, he gets killed by the werewolf, and then Bridget passes out. So that's a cool opening, and then now she's in the clinic. So I jumped ahead a little bit. But so yeah, it is a bit more of a traditional werewolf film at times. Like there's a werewolf out there killing people, and she has to counter it. So she's now in a rehab clinic, She wanted to escape. She tried to, but couldn't initially. Um, Tyler tries to basically Tyler's like he's like a douche. He's sort of a douche, but he does try to help towards the end. He kind of starts off as a douche though. He says, "Hey, I'll give you this monk." Fuck, I'll admit I cannot pronounce it. Monk's hood. That's what I'll call it. Monk's hood. In exchange for her having sex with him, she refuses. While there, she meets Ghost, who's a granddaughter of Barbara, who was another victim, burn victim at the hospital. She kind of starts tagging along with Bridget, and there's a scene where she finds her dog's head, and she thinks Bridget did it. Because she starts noticing weird things with Bridget, like Bridget's ears are getting pointy, she's starting to get a little hairy. I do like how they're doing lycanthropy in these movies, at least in these first two so far, where it's almost like a deformity. It's not like a normal oh, at midnight you're not midnight, at full moon you're a wolf now. Then you're just human again. Not like traditional. They at least try to make it like it's almost like a legit medical thing the way they're doing it. Like you're legit growing ears, you're legit growing hair everywhere, sharp teeth type of thing. I kind of like that. It's almost like a more somewhat realistic version of lycanthropy, instead of the way films do. Which don't get me wrong, I like that. I like the traditional full moon, you're a wolf, but I'm cool with it how they did this here. So Ghost starts realizing that Bridget is basically turning into a werewolf. So she starts trying to give her some monk's hood. But it doesn't go well. One night, they try to escape, and they meet Beth Ann. She's just kind of a quick character that gets pretty much killed immediately by the same male werewolf from earlier. And you don't see the werewolf. I like that they try not to show it a bit. Then Ghosts managed to get Bridget out and take her to her to Barbara's house. Then Bridget kills a deer because her lycanthropy is getting worse. She goes to Tyler. So they try to meet at the gas station. One of the gas station attendants is killed by a werewolf, which I do like. It's almost like there's two werewolves and I'll get towards the end where they, so they manage to meet Tyler. Tyler decides to meet them at their house. And Tyler gets locked outside because Ghost convinces Bridget that Tyler basically fucked her up. So Tyler gets locked outside, ends up getting killed by the wolf. Werewolf gets in. Oh, Barbara actually shows up, and it turns out that Ghost was actually lying about the story. And this is at the point where Bridget's lycanthropy is just getting worse. She has sharp teeth, her eyes are different. And then the werewolf breaks in. Barbara gets Ghost away from, Bridget. Then we get basically a werewolf fight where Bridget in the werewolf fight, but Bridget manages to kill it. But then, actually, I do like the twist where Ghost actually is pretty much a bad person. She kills Barbara with a hammer, and after Bridget kills the werewolf, Bridget's super weakened. And Bridget tries to ask Ghost to help her out of the basement, but instead she locks her in there because she wants to write her own comic about herself basically owning a werewolf. So, and then doorbell rings, and then the film ends. Pretty good film for a sequel. It tries to still maintain what that first one does. I really like Bridget's definitely the biggest positive of the movie. I'll admit it's not as good character wise, like because you had Bridget and Ginger in the last one. This one I thought it was mainly Bridget, but I was fine with Ghost as a character, and I actually liked that little twist ending. Um, I thought the male werewolf you saw throughout the film was pretty good. Tyler was an okay character, but yeah, seven out of 10 film. I very much recommend it. It's not too long. I thought it follows the first one pretty good. So yeah. Later today, I will be, like I mentioned, Snow Beast, and what I mean Jaws ripoff, it literally is Jaws ripoff in pacing. You have like the opening kill, where the Yeti kills like I think instead of boating though, it's like skiing or snowboarding, one of the two, because it's like this lodge that like needs money. You have like a park ranger who's essentially like Brody. Like, come on. You have like a person in charge, like the mayor, um, who only cares about like the tourism and money. Check. You have the portion of the film where the Yeti, because it's not a Yeti instead of a shark, but the Yeti attacks like the main tourist attraction, and then a group have to go kill it in the end. That strangely sounds like Jaws. Yeah, that's what this movie was. When I saw someone review it, I don't remember the YouTuber, but I remember watching someone review this movie, and I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking Jaws. Like, not even just like, you know, about a shark. You took the whole fucking just pacing. Like, literally, it is paced like Jaws. So I'm gonna watch that later. It's still not a horrible film. Like, it's a 70s monster movie. So like it at most could still be a little entertaining, but yeah, I'll be reviewing that a little bit later. But as usual, I'm gonna cheers and peace out. But fuck Joe Biden, fuck Kamala Harris. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.